Welcome to the Patriot Prepper. If you're here, it's because you decided to get prepared. Let me just say you've made a smart choice. Whether it's natural disasters, power outages, terrorist attacks, or that unexpected curveball life throws at us, prepping isn't about fear. It's about being ready. You've already took the first step. Now let's go ahead and subscribe, hit that bell icon so you'll know whenever I drop any new videos. So before we actually get on today's main topic, this video is going to be for the new preppers. See, over the holiday season, I reached out to some pages on Facebook and I realized there's a lot of new preppers, but they just don't know where to start. Well guys, this video is for you. So if you want to grab a pen and paper, that's fine to write this stuff down. But I will let you know that a lot of the gear and supplies that I'll be mentioning in this video, I will put the links in the description so it makes it easier for y'all to find. Now, before you go out shopping and start loading up your Amazon cart with all the cool survival gear, let me ask you one question. Are you ready for today? I'm not talking about the end of the world. I mean today. When you left your house to go to work, or when you leave the house to go shopping, or just run errands, pay bills in town. Wait, does anyone still actually go to town to pay bills anymore? I don't know. But anyways, are you ready for what the day or night might throw at you? Whether it's that flat tire on your way to work, a power outage due to storm, a medical emergency with loved ones, or a cyber attack that could stop all banking transactions. Because prepping actually, it starts with you. Not the gear, not your stockpile, it's you. It's your mindset. You got to have that I will survive and keep my family safe at all costs mentality and mindset. And the first thing you need to understand is something called EDC. So what is EDC and why is it even important? EDC stands for everyday carry. This is the gear that you keep on you at all times. Think of it as your first line of defense against emergencies. Now, I'm not saying you need to walk around like a character in an action movie with a full battle belt on, but your EDC should cover the basics and help you handle any unexpected situations that you might face throughout that day. So here are some essential EDC items to start with and that I pretty much keep on me daily. So one of the first things would be a reliable pocket knife and or a multi-tool. Something perfect for cutting. If you need to cut rope, opening packages, making minor repairs to your gear, a vehicle, something like that. Second one would be a flashlight. A good small mini flashlight. Something like this. Something small, something that fits in your pocket easily. Power outages or dark parking lots, a good flashlight could be a lifesaver. Next, a big lighter. Fire can mean survival in a pinch. Cash. Keep cash on you because if card readers go down, cash is king. Next would be a tourniquet or some basic medical supplies. Now, I'm saying that you don't need to be a medic, but just being able to stop bleeding could save a life. Next, a phone with your phone charger, maybe even a little power bank. Staying connected is critical during emergencies. The more information you have, the better. Next would be a watch. Any type of watch will work, but I mean, nowadays, watches have evolved, and nowadays, watches tell you more than just the time. Again, the more information you have, the better you are. Next is a pistol. So if your state allows you to conceal carry a pistol, which now, it might consist of taking a concealed carry class, depending on which state you live in. But believe me, it's worth it. Now, if your state does not allow you to conceal carry, maybe looking into open carry, see if that's an option. I do actually have a video on open carry versus concealed carry. Y'all can check that out on my channel. That way you can see which one is right for you. Just remember, check out your local and state laws first. But the reason to carry is simple. You don't know when shit hit the fan is going to happen, or a robbery, carjackings. You just never know these days. It's better to have it and not need it than need it and not have it. So your EDC can and should evolve based on your daily activities. Are you commuting to work? Are you hiking? Are you just in town running errands? Tailor it to fit your life. The key is to having the tools that make you feel confident and ready every day. As your activities change, so should your EDC. Remember, this is going to be your first line of defense to protect yourself and your family. Next, situational awareness, your best survival tool. So let's talk about situational awareness. This is a skill of being aware of your surroundings, not only aware, but understanding what is happening around you. It's about spotting potential threats before they become a problem. This is probably one of the most important skills to practice and master. So, some ways to improve your situational awareness. Look up and observe. Put down your cell phone and notice who's around you and what they're doing. Trust your gut. If something feels off, it probably is. Don't ignore that instinct. And last, have an exit plan. Whether you're at the grocery store, a concert, always know how to get out quickly. Meaning, have a plan if things go sideways. Know where the exits are and what to do if that exit is no longer an option. And then avoid tunnel vision. Don't hyper focus on just one thing. Keep a 360-degree awareness. You need to know what's happening in front of you, behind you, and on the sides. Remember, threats could come in all different directions. So why is situational awareness important? Because bad situations often give warning signs. Being situationally aware can prevent you from becoming a victim. Next, OPSEC. Pretty much is keeping your prepping private. So now let's talk OPSEC. That's operational security for those new to the term. OPSEC is all about keeping your plans and preps private. You don't want everyone knowing that you've got stockpiles of food and gear, especially during crisis. You ever heard that saying, loose lips sink ships? Exactly. So why is OPSEC important? One, safety. If people know you're prepared, they might come knocking, or worse, during hard or bad times. And two, it keeps you from being targeted. Keeping a low profile reduces the risk of being singled out. So how do we practice good OPSEC? First one, don't brag. Avoid sharing your prepping plans on social media or with people you don't trust. Two, blend in. Don't let your prepping make you stand out. Act normal and keep your supplies discreet. And third, secure your gear. Keep your preps in a safe, hidden location, but accessible. Think of OPSEC as your shield. The less people know, the safer you are. The basics of prepping. Building a strong foundation. So now that we've got the basics of EDC, situational awareness, and OPSEC down, Let's move on to the fundamentals of prepping. Prepping isn't about going all in overnight. It's about starting off small and building over time. Here are some key categories you need to focus on. The first one, food and water. These are the essentials, right? Start with a 3-day supply of food and water for everyone in your household. Water, 2 gallons per person per day. And don't forget a way to filter it and purify it. That means water filters, purification tablets, and then food. Focus on non-perishable food items like canned goods, rice, beans, pasta, and freeze-dried meals. These items last a long time if stored correctly, and it doesn't need to be refrigerated, and it's very easy to make a meal out of it. These items are good to start with. And then also a way to treat water and cook. Think like a Coleman camp stove. These double burners work great, and it actually has helped me out a lot throughout the years. I would highly recommend a Coleman or something similar to that camp stove being one of the first purchases if you don't have one already. So as you start building up, go ahead and expand to a 2-week supply of water and food. Remember, store what you eat and eat what you store. I mean, nobody wants to survive on a mystery cans that they can't identify, right? After you have 2 weeks of food and water, it's time to expand that to 6 months and a year. Now, where this gets tricky is that much water becomes bulky and heavy. For a family of 4 for 6 months, that is 1,456 gallons of water. That's a lot of damn water. With each gallon of water weighing 8.3 pounds per gallon, that's whopping 12,084 pounds of water. A lot of damn water. So what I suggest doing is having at least 2 or 3 weeks of bottled water that you rotate out and drink and use, and then also have water filters, water treatment tablets, and a way to purify water. Now, believe me, if you could store more than 3 weeks of water, go ahead and do that. The more water, the better. And then you can always store bulk water, as in water catchment systems, like the 55-gallon drum water barrels, which I will be going over these ways to find water, how to stow water, and treat water in some upcoming episodes. So the next thing I would focus on is shelter, right? Shelter and warmth, staying safe. This is the winter months. Your home is your fortress, but it needs to be ready for the unexpected. So I would say stock up on like blankets, sleeping bags ready for low temps, a safe heat source to heat your home, like portable propane heaters um, with the small propane bottles and large. You'd be surprised how much a Mr. Buddy propane heater could put out. Also, things like candles for light, right? And then also a generator. Generators, whether it's the small generators just to help keep your food cold or cell phones or radios charged, or the larger generators that could run your old house. Either way, a generator is a good investment. You're prepping to stay comfortable, not to feel like you're camping in Antarctica, if you get my drift. So my next thing I would stock up on would be medical supplies. Health is wealth, right? A good first aid kit is non-negotiable. Get you a good first aid kit and add extra supplies like pain relievers, bandages, antiseptics, prescription meds if possible, and then learn basic first aid skills, right? Because being prepared also means knowing what to do. because you never know when that someone is going to get sick or hurt. All right, now we're going to move into security and self-defense. Pretty much protecting what is yours, right? Security isn't just about gear. It's a mindset. Start with securing your home. Make sure you have good locks on it, maybe alarm, video surveillance. Learn basic self-defense. Carrying self-defense tools. This is that EDC I was talking about earlier in the video. And then backup plan. It's important to have a well thought out plan just in case. You never know when shit's going to hit the fan. And if you fail to plan, you plan to fail. Just remember that, guys. The goal is confidence and control in any situation. And then my next thing I would use as my foundation would be know what you're prepping for. A lot of people get into preparedness and right out the gate, they want to start getting bug out bags and filling it with a bunch of shit they don't need or is junk or is not going to work, right? They're doing that all wrong. Before you start building your bug out bags, your get home bags, and all these other different types of damn bags, you need to plan. So you need a plan on what you're preparing for. Meaning, make a list of threats that you might encounter from most plausible to least plausible. The threats with a higher chance of happening is what you want to prepare for. It's kind of called, I call it a threat assessment. During this planning phase, you need to find out what you're planning for, how many people you're planning for, meaning like family members, might be a mag, your group, what have you. How many people is going to be involved in this plan? The duration, how long can this threat actually exist? What gear and supplies am I going to need for this threat or hazard? And then what some additional threats or hazards can come along with this primary threat, and so on. As you can tell, there's a lot goes into this planning stage, but it's important you get it right the first time. So there you have it, guys. So prepping starts with you, your mindset, and a solid foundation. I try to keep this short and sweet and a broad overview of what you need to start with as, being a new prepper. What you'll soon figure out is prepping is a mindset that turns into a lifestyle. Next time we'll dive into building your first 72-hour emergency kit, or go bag or bug out bag, whatever you want to call it. But for now, let me know in the comments what's your first step you're going to take. Let's build a community of prepared preppers, one step at a time. Until next time, stay safe, stay ready, stay strong. And remember, those who prepare today survive tomorrow. Thank y'all. Patriot Prepper out. They call me a